Hey there, everybody. Thomas with Basecamp Trading. It is Monday, January 10th, and we're going to follow up on our AFL breakout from a few weeks ago. So if you recall, back on December 13th, I made an alert on potential AFL breakout taking place and to watch for this to continue to head higher. And then today, I went through and covered all the trade. Totally flat on it now, so out of that position. By the way, one question I get all the time, I want to address this really quick, is what does flat mean, or flatten? It means to close the position, remove all orders, have nothing left in that stock. So in this case, I'm flat now, which means I'm out of the AFL long. But let's talk about what happened here, how this ended up playing out, and why this ended up working out as well as it did, and why I didn't get stopped out on this pullback here. So when we break out, all right, if you understand how we trade price action here at Basecamp, and you understand how the concepts of naked trading mastery work, stop placement is very important. Okay, so when we trigger this breakout here, we look for our stop placement. Because it's a weekly breakout, we're going to use a weekly price chart, and we'll place our stop below the previous price bar's low. So in this case, we were triggering here, and our stop goes below the last price bar's low. That's also the previous pivot low. All right, we want to put that pivot low between us because that's a little bit of support that will help keep the market. So kind of a barrier between us and the market if it starts to pull back. The other thing that we did is we pulled back when we sold off. We came right down to this trend line here, connecting the two pivot lows, and tagged that support, and that support held. Now, the other thing I did is I just added on the MQ momentum indicator here, which for many of you, if you've been in Basecamp at all with me, you know this is my all-time favorite indicator, favorite tool to use. So when this also sold off, one of the things we had going for us is we had strength and momentum. So it dropped down, but it had no strength to the downside. If you look there, you see how our indicator line is actually sloping up. We're putting in a higher low, and we had that bit of a trend line there for support. So never hit our stop, ended up following through very nicely. And what we got was what we call an inflection. That's where momentum goes up, down, and then accelerates higher like this. So we start to accelerate just like that. And that's what led to this big pop we had last week. And then, like I said, I started scaling out last week and then closed the rest of the position as of this morning. So overall, great trade for those of you that took it. Worked out really well. Keep an eye out. We're going to talk about more of these setups. I'm going to try to do like one every couple of weeks or so that are longer term trades and bigger moves. But again, the big thing I want you to take out of this is stop placement on a breakout goes below previous price bar's low or above previous price bar's high if it's a bearish breakout. And or below or above previous pivot high or low. And then we can pay attention to momentum to make sure that we're still in good shape with the breakout. And as long as we don't break below previous bar's low or previous pivot low, we should be in good shape for follow through over time, especially with these longer term breakouts because they do take a little while to play out. If you couldn't tell, this ended up trading out several weeks. When I was trading this, the options that I used for it, and you could have traded equities or shares, that would have been fine, but I personally traded leaps. Just 2023, given lots of time trading at the money that way. If it moved, we had the leverage to take advantage of it. But we also had time and didn't have too much time decay hurting our option prices. But that's it for now. Hope it helps. Make sure you stay tuned and subscribe for the next one. And if you haven't already done so, make sure you follow me on Twitter at TradesWithTom. I post a lot of updates there. So that's it for now. And until next time, everybody, happy trading.